is going on, guys? And first off, Happy New Year. Welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. You may have noticed that I used the old intro in the beginning of this video, and that's because I'm just back home in California and I'm using my old computer, and I came across that one. I was like, you know what, let's just let's switch it up. So that's yeah. Anyway, this is an underused match that I had against Aquarium. We've played a couple times in the past, and we usually end up having some pretty good matches. So, looking at the team preview, he's got some pretty major threats that I am afraid of, including the Mega Beedrill, along with, like, the Gliscor. He's got the Hydreigon, and he also has a Rotom Wash, which my team doesn't handle all that well, along with some stuff like the Klefki can set up hazards and just kind of just be annoying overall. But, I've been having a lot of fun with the current team that I'm using. It's pretty well balanced, and honestly, it's just fun to use because it's full of some Pokemon that I don't use all that often. But anyway, let's go ahead and just hop right into the battle. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and lead off with my Mega Aggron. I feel like it's my best choice here. Send out my boy Optimus Prime, going to be able to get that Stealth Rock up, as he ends up leading off with his Rotom Wash. So I figure this thing's probably going to want to try to hit me with a Hydro Pump, and honestly, I'm okay with that. And turn one here, I'm just going to decide to go ahead and Mega Evolve, obviously, fucking transform on these hoes, and I'm going to go for a, I'm going to hit this thing with a Toxic just because my team doesn't handle it well, and it seems like it would be really helpful. So he actually ends up getting a Will-O-Wisp on me, which is really unfortunate. I wanted to keep Optimus around, basically just for that Mega Beedrill. It's a really good check to that thing, and I want to be able to hit hard, but now my attack's halved, and there's nothing I can really do about that. But that's kind of the price I pay. I do get the Toxic off on the damn washing machine, so them clothes are going to be, you know, dirty as hell. But yeah, so he's going to go ahead and switch out here, as he's going to bring in the Gliscor. And honestly, I've been playing a lot of underused lately, and these Toxic heal assholes are everywhere. They're literally on like 95% of teams. I should probably start, you know, like building something to kind of just counter this thing. But anyway, he gets his Poison Heal. Obviously, he's going to get that Toxic Orb going. As I'm going to switch out here, I don't really want to take an Earthquake. I want to keep Optimus at a decent amount of health just to be able to handle, you know, stuff like the Beedrill later. So he's going to set up Stealth Rock of his own. So we both got our hazards up, as I brought in my Rotom Wash here. I'm just going to go right for a Hydro Pump, as he's going to end up switching out as he brings in the Wolfie Keys, which is the freaking Klefki. And I kind of forgot this damn thing existed. Honestly, I missed the Hydro Pump, which does kind of suck. It would hit it kind of hard, but not too big of a deal there, as I'm expecting this thing to probably just want to set up some freaking some hazards, as he actually ends up going for a Toxic, and my washing machine is all full of poison too. So that's kind of unfortunate there, as I'm just going to hit this thing with a Volt Switch, get the hell out of here. I probably should have just Hard Switched there. I don't get a whole lot of damage on the Volt Switch, and now my washing machine's freaking poisoned. So that kind of sucks, but at this point, I'm going to bring in my Mixtape. That shit's fire as hell, and I'm also a Mixed Ape because I have Overheat along with physical attack. So I'm going to go right for the Overheat here, as he's going to switch into the Gliscor, and that actually hits this thing with a decent amount of damage here. So he comes in, gets hurt by a little bit of Stealth Rock. I go ahead and just spray some fire from my damn head on this thing, and that knocks it down quite a bit. As here, I was actually kind of expecting him to want to switch. After the Poison Heal, it doesn't look like he'll be able to take another Overheat, so I go for the Close Combats, and it's actually going to end up staying in, and it's not enough to take care of the Gliscor, as this gives him an opportunity to go ahead and just lay on the ground to get a nice little roost going, and that brings him, you know, back above half health, which is quite unfortunate. So I really should have just stayed in and gone for the Overheat there, but I felt like just punching this thing in the face apparently, so that kind of sucks. And at this point, I don't have anything to do to this thing, so I do have to switch out here, and I decide to bring back in my Rotom, hoping that he might go for an Earthquake here, but he's actually going to switch himself. We get a nice little double switch going, and he brings in the Hydreigon, which is scary as hell. I don't handle this thing very well on my team either. I have to kind of, my plan at this point is to stay in here. I'm going to go for a Volt Switch, hope that he goes for the Draco Meteor to lower his special attack, and then I can bring in a matchup accordingly. So he does go for the Draco Meteor. I know that I can take at least one of these because I am specially defensive as titties, so I do take that pretty nicely, as he is going to lower his special attack harshly, as this allows me to get a Volt Switch, get a little bit of damage there, and now I can bring in something without really having to worry about this thing one-hit KOing me. So I'm able to bring in Twitter here. I decided to bring in my Swallow just because I'm going to come in, and I am going to activate the Flame Orb immediately, get that Guts working for me, and at this point, I'm just going to go right for a Facade, do some massive damage to whatever he wants to bring in here, as he decides to go right into the Boo Boo Keys, gets hurt by a little bit of Stealth Rock, and then I just Facade all up on them Keys, and it is going to be a nice little 2-hit KO here. So, unfortunately, he does have the Prankster ability, so he is going to be able to go for a non-attacking move first, as he is going to end up setting up a nice little layer of spikes there, which does suck because I'm going to have to be doing a lot of switching, and I don't have any Rapid Spinner. I do have Defog on my Rotom, but I'm probably not going to be able to get that off. So that kind of sucks, although I am able to take that thing out with one more Facade. So down goes the stupid keys, and you know, it's nice to not be able to worry about that anymore. So now he's going to bring right back in the Hydreigon, as he is Choice Scarf, obviously. I am expecting that, and I'm going to go ahead and switch out here. I decided to switch into Washington. I kind of just sack this thing off because as I'm looking at my team, this is really the only thing I can switch into here, as he is just going to actually go for a Dark Pulse. So down goes my Rotom. I have no defog support now, and I kind of got to just work around these hazards. But I'm going to bring in my Nidoking, and after running damage calcs, I know that I can take at least one Dark Pulse from this thing, and then I can kill it with an Ice Beam. So I'm going to go right for that, as he knows he's not going to be able to take me out. He wants to save that Hydreigon for later, because it's super useful against my team, as I just go right for the Ice Beam on the incoming Beedrill. And honestly, you don't see a Beedrill coming in to take an attack all that often, but he takes that nicely, and at this point, he is going to Mega Evolve, and I'm expecting him to probably just want to go for a U-turn or something like that. But I bring in Optimus Prime, get hurt by a little bit of hazards. He goes ahead and busts out the crazy-ass Needle. And I believe this thing is going to hit me with a knockoff. There's really nothing that Mega Beedrill has other than Drill Run to hit me with. But even then, it wouldn't be able to do very much damage at all. But he goes for the knockoff. Obviously doesn't do a whole lot, as now he's going to go ahead and U-turn. I figure that's pretty good because this Beedrill's nice and whittled down, and then he won't be able to come into Stealth Rock too easily, as he's just going to switch right into his Starmie, and I realize he's definitely going to go ahead and Rapid Spin those rocks away. So that sucks. I do go for a Heavy Slam, and with the burn, it's going to do like negative damage to this damn thing. And I'm over here just, just taking burn damage. So I don't really have a whole lot to do at this point. He is just going to end up rapid spinning and getting rid of them rocks. And now he'll be able to bring in the Beedrill, and the rest of his team will be able to come in, pretty safely. So here I just decided to go for the Earthquake. I want to get as much damage off as possible before my Optimus goes down. So I'm getting hurt by a little bit more burn. And at this point, he is just going to go for a Hydro Pump. He does connect on it, and that's obviously going to be enough to take me out. So I really wish I was able to set up the Stealth Rock again before that thing died, but there's not a whole lot I could have done because he could have just Rapid Spin him after I set him up anyway. But this allows me to bring in a Revenge Switch, and who better than freaking Swallow, who's fast as hell and hits like a damn truck. As here, I'm expecting him to switch, so I'm going to go right for the U-turn. Even if he did stay in with the Starmie, it would have taken that thing out anyway, but he brings in the Gliscor, who is going to be able to take that nicely, and this allows me a switch into whatever I want, and I decided to go into Crawdaunt because I know that I can take at least one attack from this thing after the hazards, and then I can finish it off with a Waterfall. So he's over there getting his stupid poison heal like these damn Gliscors always do, and he actually decides to go for the Taunt. The reason why I didn't start setting up Dragon Dances is because he still does have that Hydreigon around, which is Choice Scarfed, and the only thing I would be able to do against it is Aqua Jet, which wouldn't take it out even if I had like 2 Dragon Dances. So now he's going to go ahead and switch right back into the Rotom. There's nothing I can really do to this thing, but I figure he's going to want to go for an electric attack. So I decided to make a risky play, and I'm going to switch into Nidoking here, hoping that he goes for the Volt Switch. I get hurt by a little bit of hazards, and luckily for me, he does end up going for the Volt Switch. Doesn't affect me because I'm ground as hell. And at this point, I'm just going to go right for a Sludge Wave, as this Rotom's over here getting hurt by poison. He can try to hit me with a Hydro Pump, but he actually ends up switching out here, and he's going to go right back into the Instingator, who is the Mega Beedrill. He actually just sacks this thing off, which I thought was an interesting play. I guess he wants to keep that Rotom wash around because he realizes that there's not a whole lot I can do against that thing. So he sacks off the Mega Beedrill, which is nice, and at this point, he is able to bring in a Revenge Switch, which brings in the Hydreigon. And here's where shit gets crazy. He's obviously going to outspeed because he's Choice Scarfed. He hits me with a Dark Pulse, and I live it with 1 HP, which is absolutely insane. And my Sludge Wave in return is going to take care of that 3-headed dragon. So I got that insanely lucky 1 HP live. Running damage calcs, I knew that I could be able to take it, but I didn't think with 1 HP. So that's crazy. But now he's going to bring back in the Starmie. He doesn't know that I'm Choice Scarfed, so I'm locked into Sludge Wave, and I am able to outspeed that thing thanks to my Scarf. And that is pretty damn awesome. So now he's going to bring right back in the Rotom Wash. All I can really do here is go for a Sludge Wave and try to get as much damage as possible, as it does well over half, which is amazing. And he's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, which is the safe play, being able to burn me and then take me out because I only have 1 HP. So Nidoking deserves a damn round of applause for being able to take that Dark Pulse, and also not flinching, because that seems like something that would happen to me. But I go down to my burn, and at this point, all I've really got to do is bring in my Twitter, go ahead and make some fucking tweets out here, and finish this thing off with a Facade. So I get hurt by a little bit of that Stealth Rock, but I'm still alive, and 1 Facade is going to take care of the washing machine. So that was a pretty damn intense battle. Honestly, I was not expecting Nidoking to live with 1 HP, but it came in super clutch. And it's always fun when stuff like that happens if you're on the right side of it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button on this video if you enjoyed. And I will be back with more Wi-Fi battles than ever in 2018. I'm going to try to make it a goal to upload as much as possible. So don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.